I'm live. It's official. I got some more time for another Loonie Liberal Power Hour with your host, Lance Richards. Can't really do these on a daily schedule, so I'm going to have to pre-tape some, I suppose. I don't really know what to focus on right now. I mean, I pretty much did an all-encompassing purge earlier. Basically, that's what this is always for me, is a purge. Is to just get everything that's inside of me out. Because I need to. Because I'm compelled to. Because I think that it will help some people. Even if it doesn't help the stupid people learn, it helps the other smart people know that there's people like them out there. You're not alone, smart people. Everybody else that's not a deplorable, you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there that see the exact same stupidity you see. No matter how many come in and tell you how stupid you are and you're a snowflake and you need a safe space and you're not good enough and you probably love Mexicans and you probably love Muslims and you're a socialist, and no matter what anybody tells you about how you feel and what you see, just know there's tons of other people out there that see the exact same things you see. I've gotten empowered by that fact recently. Like I said in another video, I have been tending with another profile. And all the deplorables think they're like Sherlock Holmes. They got it figured out. I know who you are. Like I'm fucking hiding. I just changed my name. I'm not hiding. I'm the same person. Now, granted, at the beginning, I tried to be nicer. I was trying to be a little less loony liberal with them. But of course, it got to the point where I couldn't handle it no more. And I just had to unleash on different people. Now, it's cute to me that they think that somehow they know something I don't know. That somehow they feel smart because they figured out Lance was there with just a different thing. I took pictures off of my own profile to make them my profile picture, for fuck's sakes. I mean, these are things that you've already seen on my page, now coming onto this other page. I wasn't trying to be incognito. If I was really trying to hide, I would hide a lot better than that. I was pretty good at hide and seek. I could be anything on the spectrum and you wouldn't know. I could be a crazy conservative. I could be a crazy liberal. I could be a moderate. I can play any role you want me to play. Because I know people. I can be any person you want me to be. But I think the best person that I can be is myself right now. And myself, I think that while I was off mowing the pop yard earlier and getting my shower and getting cleaned up and doing what I have to do, I knew I was going to get back on here and try another one while I could. And I wanted to start being more open about myself. I mean, I'm already pretty much an open book. I'll tell you whatever you need to know about me. There are plenty of flaws in my history. There are plenty of mistakes. I have been a horrible human being on more than one occasion. That's not in question. I don't think that I'm better than anyone else. I think that I'm smarter than a lot of people. I think I'm wittier and funnier than a lot of people. I think I can snatch your soul out of your chest and your heart out of your chest, figuratively, if I'm of the inclination to do so. I have verbal skills. I'm educated, but I'm also flawed. I'm human. I'm not better than anyone else. See, I think that's one of the biggest issues, too, with the deplorables. As I've stated in other videos, and I keep coming back around town to reinforce this message that needs to be reinforced repeatedly until you figure it out. Nobody is better than anyone else in this country. You're not superior. No matter what crazy reason you think you're superior, you're not. You're not superior. You may be smarter. You may be funnier. You may be cuter. You may be better at waving a Nazi flag than the rest of us. Maybe. But you're not superior. We're all created equal in this country. And anytime that you try to pretend that you're superior to someone else for whatever fucking reason, you're being un-American at our roots, at our righteous notions. That's what people don't understand, is that if you've got a problem with a Muslim woman, it can't be because she's Muslim. If you've got a problem with a female, it can't be because she's a female. You have to come up with a logical, reasonable reason why what you're saying is better than what she's saying. You can't hate people because they're liberals. You can't pretend that you're better than liberals. Not in this country. It's at the basic roots of this country. All people are created equal. Doesn't matter how much money you got, guy. It doesn't matter how tough you think you are. What matters is truth and logic and reason, love, compassion, empathy. These are the kind of things that make you a better person. Helping humanity, that makes you a better American. Helping people, that makes you a better Christian. But you're still not superior to me. You're not superior to anyone else. You are just endeavoring to be the better you. At the end of the day, we all turn to dust. At the end of the day, we all need to breathe oxygen and drink water and eat some food. At the end of the day, we need love. We're all the same. And the truth is that you are sullying the good messages that you proclaim to uplift. You pretend that you're a better Christian, which is just it is a burr in my craw. I don't like you spitting in the face of Jesus. You pretend that you're a better Christian than everybody else, but in reality, you spit in the face of Jesus every day. Like we all do. We're all sinners, but you're a special kind of sinner. Because you think you're righteous. You do the same thing to other people that society did to Jesus in the beginning. You crucify people. You create undesirables. You hate people. You do the same thing to Jesus as you're claiming to be a Christian. You do the same thing to people that they did to Jesus, and then you proclaim you're a Christian. Same with being American. You want to proclaim that you're a better American than everyone else. But you're trying to subject everyone just like Britain did to us. You're trying to subject people like the Confederacy did to the black folks, Jim Crow did to the minorities, we did to women. You want to stand up and proclaim that you're somehow better Americans because whatever stupid reason. Because you stand for the flag better than everyone else, huh? That makes you a better American? No, it doesn't. Nobody's a better American. At the end of the day, you're either a good American or a bad American. And right now, you guys are all bad Americans. Not us. Liberals aren't the bad guys. Democrats aren't the bad guys. Muslims and Mexicans aren't the bad guys. Single mothers, college students, these people aren't the bad guys. You guys are the bad guys. And I've said it over and over again, and I keep reinforcing why and how, so let me continue to do so. You come to me, and the first thing that you have to say to me is that I'm just a crazy liberal. Now, let's dissect that for a second. Okay? Let's talk about that for a second. Liberal. I'm a liberal-minded individual. Yes, I am. I am open to new ideas. I keep my mind open to other ideas. I'm tolerant of other perspectives. I am driven by logic and reason in a search for truth. I'm not held back by my conservative notions. I don't want to hold back anyone with my conservative notions or my conservative roots. Them are for me. My personal ideals are for me. I can't impose them on other people. How I feel about things is how I feel about things. And how I go about being an American is how I go about being an American. And I have a very good argument for why people like me are better Americans. It goes back all through history. At the very beginning of America, it was a bunch of liberals. A bunch of liberals started America, in case you're unaware. They were open to this new idea of government of, for, and by the people. They were open to getting away from that old conservative ideal of being ruled by a king. They wanted to do away with that. They didn't think that was fair. They had a new idea. They were open to it. Of course, there was some conservatives out there. Oh no, we can't get away from the king. We can't live without a king. We got to have the king. They got to help us. What are we going to do without a king? That old conservative notion that you had to be a subject, you had to be ruled by somebody clear across the fucking ocean. There was actually people in America that preferred to be ruled by the British because they were scared. They were afraid that we couldn't do it. And we needed that. But there was a bunch of liberals out there that said, no, we can do it. Watch us do it. Watch us get this ball rolling. Watch us figure this out. Watch us adapt to change and grow and progress. Watch it happen. Because we're going to do it. And what do we do? Bunch of fucking liberals kicked the shit out of the greatest military in the history at that time. Colonial masters that had pretty much the whole world under their thumb. A bunch of rabble-rousing fucking liberals with some guns and some urban warfare beat the largest and greatest standing military in the history of history up till then. With our liberal notions. We knocked that conservative root in the dirt. We burned it. We burned their ships. We stole their tea. And we created a righteous notion of our own. That's the first time liberals won in this country. Now, when we won, we had to figure this all out, and we didn't know exactly what we were in for. And of course, things came up, and we had to create this new document. See, a lot of people don't know that after we were independent, we were still under the Articles of Confederation, but it was kind of weak. And it wasn't working as good as we had hoped it would. So we had to come up with this new thing, the Constitution. The Bill of Rights. We wrote these righteous notions down. Liberal notions. Very liberal. New ideas. Something that had never been tried before. But no, you still had some conservatives. No, we cannot let the people rule. George should be a king. There was people that wanted George. No, and George is like, no, I'm not going to be the king. I'm not here to be a dictator. No. So he set a precedent. He said, I'm going to take 2 turns, and then it's somebody else's turn. New ideas, open mind, adapting to change, not being stuck in our conservative ways, progressing. Then the next big change that came is we went a couple years there, and we got to a point where we had all these people that we were oppressing. And people were like, wait a second, man. We didn't want Britain to oppress us, so why do we get to oppress black people in this country? That ain't right. We got to change this. This is a new idea. This is progression. This is getting better. This is forming a more perfect union for all Americans. And we can't allow you to enslave these people anymore. It's a new idea. But, of course, you had them conservatives out there that I can't live without slavery. It's slavery. I count on slavery. I need slaves. I need to impose my will on people so I can make a living, so we can build up this country. No, we have to get better. We have to progress. Liberals won again. Open-minded progression. Getting better. But we still had to compromise with them conservative fuckers. And we had to let them keep their Jim Crow where, okay, well, they can be free, but they still got to be separate. Separate but equal, they said. Oh, yeah, they were equal. They just can't drink out of the same fountains. They can't go to the same restaurants. They can't drive the bus. They don't have the same educational opportunities. Nothing is equal really, but we're going to pretend like they're equal because we want to keep them separate. And we let that go for a while. And finally, a bunch of liberals said, you know what, this ain't right. We have to get better. We have to progress. We have to steer this country back to the righteous notion of all men are created equal and are endowed with the God-given right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Everybody, regardless of color, regardless of skin, color, or creed, or gender. First, the ladies had to do it, right? Don't forget about the ladies. We always forget about the ladies. The ladies, right before that, right in between the Civil War and Jim Crow, the ladies had to stand up. A bunch of liberal women stood up and said, you know what? We need to fucking vote. We need to be equal too. Oh, no. Women are meant for the kitchen and having babies, and they're not equal. They're not equal, no. Yeah, they are, motherfucker. And we won that. And then we won Jim Crow. And a lot of little things along the way. The next one was healthcare. And then black men getting into it. Took a black man getting into the White House to give us health care. Somebody who had suffered through all the oppression, knew what it was like to be oppressed, came up with a new idea, had the balls to stand up and say, this is what we need next. We got away from Britain. We freed the slaves. We made them more equal. Now we have to empower people. We have to help people get educated. We have to make sure people have proper health care. This is the next big liberal idea that has a bunch of conservatives scared to death. And you know what's going to happen was we're going to win again. Liberals are going to win again because we're righteous. And it's the truth. No matter what your conservative ideals keep telling you, the greatest country in the world should afford health care to their citizens, should make sure they're educated properly. No matter what you think. Doesn't matter if you like it. We know that that's the next logical step to creating and forming a more perfect union for everyone. I don't care if you like it. I don't care anymore. We've already seen what your ideas lead us to. We already see what your conservative bullshit leads us to. We got a front row seat for it for 4 years. And now we're done. We're done. And there's going to be a bunch, and now a bunch of liberal rabble-rousers are standing up and saying, fuck you. Fuck you, King. Fuck you, slavery. Fuck you, suffrage movement. Fuck you, Jim Crow. It's time for us to get better. It's time for us to leave that bullshit in the past where it belongs. It's time for us to form a more perfect union. For everyone. And not just you. So we're at that again. That's where we're at. We're at that basic human struggle between conservative, and liberal. From closed-minded fear to open-minded hope and progression. Trying to adapt to change. Now, I don't really understand how to break it down to you any better than that. I don't think you can. It's up to you to understand it. It's up to you to get your brain wrapped around the fact that you're stuck in the past. And it's not the past anymore. America is growing. America is getting better. And you got to get on board. You want us to get on board to your train back, huh? No. No. America's not going to get on your Trump train back to the future when America was great for you. America is going to stay on its liberal train with new ideas, progression, finding a better solution, forming a more perfect union for everyone. That's where we're getting to again. Sure, we had our little deplorable bump in the road. And that's shit like that's going to happen. You guys have done it before, like I've said, and you'll probably try to do it again. But it's done now. It's got to be done now. Because we can't keep going back. Because the world keeps spinning. And life keeps changing. And we must adapt for our children. We must get better for our children, not get worse for you. Not to go back to the bullshit we've already overcome. You can't pretend you're superior to black people anymore. You can't pretend you're superior to women anymore. You can't pretend like they're equal anymore. They need to be equal. And how we do that is by empowering them. You've been empowered your whole fucking lives. If you were born male, white in this country, you've been empowered your whole lives. This country was built for and by white males on the backs of black slaves and Mexican slaves and women. You guys are done being in charge now. Unless you can find somebody that's worthy. I think Biden's worthy, but you notice who he got with him. She's a badass chick. She's a badass chick. She's smarter than most of you guys. She's tougher and got more balls than most of you guys. And the bad thing about it is it scares you. It threatens you. That's your problem with her. At the end of the day, she's tougher than you. She's more man than you. And that makes you feel pretty shitty, huh? Good. I'm glad it makes you feel shitty. You should feel shitty. You should try to be as tough as her. You should try to be as smart as her. And as fair and strong and honest as her. Because we will get better in spite of you. Whether you like it or not. We always do. The liberals always win. At the end of the day, an open mind and an adaptation. It depends on how far you guys want to try and drag us back. Sure, we might have to go through a civil war and we might have to shoot each other and we might have to do all that nasty shit. But at the end, we're going to win because we have good on our side. We are good people. We care about other people. We're not scared. I'm not scared. I'm scared for my kids if you guys win. But I'm not scared of anything. I want to be ready for it. I want to be ready for climate change. I want to educate people. I want to make sure that people have health care. I want to ease the burden of everyone. So therefore we can grow better. Because that's what we should do for each other. Because that's what Jesus would want. What would Jesus want? Jesus would want you to make a better world for your children. That's what Jesus would want you to do. Because that's what Jesus did. Jesus made this world better from his presence, from his message. And that's what Jesus pretty much expects you to do to the best of your abilities. Now, let's say you don't believe in Jesus. Let me take a few minutes to discuss the people that don't believe in Jesus. You're agnostic, you're atheist, you like Satan, I don't care. Let's say you're not a Christian. There's a lot of people in America that aren't Christian, that aren't religious whatsoever, and they don't bother themselves with religion and faith, and that's fine. You're allowed to be that person too. So how do I get you to do better for America? Well, do you think that you're allowed to believe whatever you want to believe anywhere else? Do you think that you could run your jib about Jesus' message anywhere else without getting fucking beat up or killed or thrown in jail by the authority? You better thank God that you were born in America. Even if you don't believe in him, you better take this opportunity to make sure that you thank Big Papa that you were born in America. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be afforded the luxury to not be Christian. You damn sure wouldn't be living a good life. Not in any other country. Well, unless you wanted to be a bad guy. In which case, go to another country and try. See, you folks just don't get it. Excuse me. You deplorables just don't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand at the very essence of this country is the implied point that although you have all these rights and freedoms, they come with an obligation, an unwritten obligation to do your best for America, to be willing to sacrifice for America, because America is bigger than you. The righteous notion of all men are created equal is bigger than you. It counts on the sacrifice of individuals so it can empower individuals. It's an implied sacrifice, whether it's civic duty, standing up for what you believe in, serving in the military, being a cop, being a nurse, being whatever. There is an implied amount, paying your taxes. There's an implied amount of sacrifice that goes along with your freedom. You just don't get it for free. Freedom doesn't come for free, folks. And there's a lot of us out there that think it's good, I guess. They feel they're entitled to all of their freedom and fuck everybody else's freedom. That's where we've gotten to. That's why people don't like us. They envy us. They look up to us. But they don't like us very much because we think we own the world. We should endeavor to make the world better. We should not endeavor to own the world. If you want to own the world, then you're like Hitler. If you want to own the world, then you're like Stalin, Napoleon, the Roman Empire, the British Empire. Where are all them motherfuckers at? They got destroyed, and they're dead. In the past, where they belong. Is that what you want, America? Is that what you want to happen to America? Not me. I want to keep this righteous notion alive for my children so they can benefit, so they can make it better for their children, so they can benefit. So eventually the whole world can benefit by our righteous notion. How do we get there? By educating people. Absolutely making people accountable for when they're not being thoughtful, when they're being bullies. We need to stand up to our friends and say, hey, quit being a dick. That might be the sacrifice you make. You might have to take a punch in the nose so you can tell a bully to quit being a bully. That might be your sacrifice. Good job. Way to be an American. You might choose to defend our country and give the ultimate sacrifice. Good job. That's your choice. But it's a good thing you live in America and you had the choice. That's what you fight for. You fight for these righteous notions. You don't fight for your selfish notions. You really need to come to terms with that in your head, deplorables. This needs to be something that's instilled in you. That's why I keep going over and over again. Keep reinforcing these things because these things need to be inside of your head. If you really want to be a good American, then you need to be true to America's righteous notions as best as you can. And nobody ever said it was going to be fucking easy. It's not going to be easy to hold these ideals sacred and try our best to endeavor to follow them righteously. Whoever said this shit was going to be easy? Who told you that? It's in your heart and your mind. You think it should be easy for you, huh? You think you're entitled to life being easy for you, huh? Too easy. That's your problem. You've had it too easy. You obviously don't know loss. Or you don't care. Or you're cynic to it. Or you're bitter because of it. What is it? You really think that you've had it rougher than somebody from the Great Depression? You really think that you've had it harder than somebody that stormed the beach at Normandy? You really think you've had it harder than somebody that lived through the Civil War or through Jim Crow or through Italian when they was mean to the Italians and mean to the Irish and mean to every Polish person that came here? You think you've lived a tougher life than them people? Are you fucking stupid? If it wasn't for them people having it rough, you wouldn't have it so fucking easy. And you need to remember that. Maybe it's your turn to have it rough. See how you like it. Maybe it's your turn to feel like shit and get beat down and have to work hard for less money than you're worth. Maybe you need to do that for a while. A lot of you have no idea about what hard is. You want to pretend you do. You want to think you do, but you don't. There's plenty of people out there that had it way worse than me. But at least I understand that. At least I know that there are people out there that have it worse than me. And I try to help those people instead of beat those people down and make them feel bad about themselves. Ridicule people because of how rough life is on them. It's like my guys, the Eagles. That's why it triggers me. You start messing with those guys or even bringing those guys into anything. Do you know how hard life is for them? Sure, you want to say that they always seem to be happy and in a good mood. Do you know how tough that makes them? Could you even begin to live that life? Have you ever stopped to think about how you would deal with that life? You think it's easy. You think it's easy because you don't fucking know. Because you got to pretend like you've had it worse than everybody else, huh? Oh, shit. That's what I got them deplorables telling me all the time. I worked so hard for what I got. Bullshit. Bullshit. You didn't fucking work hard. Work hard. You want to talk about work hard? Go look at the fucking like the tunnel at Wheeling. Do you know how hard them guys had to fucking work to get that tunnel through there? Are you fucking shitting me? You work hard. Go look at all them fucking brick buildings everywhere. Go to Pittsburgh. Look at these big, huge brick buildings. Do you know how hard them fucking bricklayers had to work? Fucking work hard. Stupid. Panama Canal, the pyramids. Go look at the pyramids and tell me you fucking worked hard. Pathetic. You don't fucking work hard. You may get up and go to fucking work and do some work, but you don't fucking work hard. Pathetic. It's pathetic to think that you honestly believe you work hard compared to generations before you. And somehow that entitles you to something. You got to work easier because they worked hard. You got to live off of the fucking piece of pie they cooked for you. You owe America. America doesn't owe you. I'm talking to you, deplorables. I don't care how hard you think you fucking work. You don't work hard. They worked hard. And maybe you need a little taste of that. Maybe you need a little taste of what it's really like to work hard, to have things that are in your way, that have assholes like you making it harder for you. Maybe you need to fucking taste that a little bit. How it really means to work hard. Psst. Entitled. That's the entitlement. Sit up here and tell me you actually fucking work hard. No. No. You had it easier because everybody else worked hard. That's the truth. And now is your chance to work hard. You want to really work hard? Start thinking hard. Start sacrificing of yourself to make it easier on someone else. Make it harder on yourself so it's easier for someone else. That's the only way you're going to fucking work hard nowadays. The only way. Because I don't care how fucking tough you think you are or how hard you think you work. You don't. Let's see you without no machines, pickaxes and fucking dynamite, get through that mountain. Then we'll talk about how hard you're fucking working. Let's see you build fucking buildings with the bricks 5 stories high on the building scaffolding, hauling all them fucking bricks. Then we'll see you work hard. Let's see you dig fucking channels, the Panama Canal with fucking shovels. And then you can say you worked hard. Fucking worked hard. Give me a fucking break. Very few people in this country actually work hard. I don't care how upset. How dare you say I don't work hard? I don't care. You go right ahead because it's funny to me for you to even sit there and tell me that you fucking work hard. They worked hard. And you get to reap the benefits. And then you have the balls to bitch about how hard you have to work. Fucking pathetic. Pathetic. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. It's funny, but it's not funny. It's funny that we have people like that are in charge right now and driving this country. All them hardworking Americans out there that think they're just, I earned all my money. I earned everything I got. Bullshit. You rode on the coattails of people who earned it for you and worked hard so you didn't have to. Fucking horse shit. Work hard. It's funny. Go out and get a fucking farm like the Amish. Go out and be Amish for a while. Start from scratch. Build your own house. Plow the fields with a fucking horse. Then you can tell me you worked fucking hard. Work hard. What perception do you have? Talk to me about this when you get a chance. Work hard. Since when? Pathetic. We've become pathetic. If that's what a real man is, that's a real man. I can hunt with a scope, and I got big trucks and all these machines that I can run, but I work hard. I work hard. I can go to the store and get whatever I want. Fuck, I got drive-through. I don't have to go hunting for my food. I don't have to build a cabin for my family. Fuck, we got prefab houses, right? Work fucking hard. The more I think about it, the more funny it is. You guys don't have to work hard because other people did it for you. And you don't get it. You don't appreciate it. You don't understand it. You don't understand why you should owe America and why you should sacrifice for America and why you should work harder for America. Because you got it way easier because somebody else worked for America and sacrificed for America. That's what America is. That's what you owe America. That's what us liberals understand. You think it's easy to think? You should try it sometime. You should try to have empathy because empathy sucks sometimes. You should try to be sensitive to other people and thoughtful for once in your life because it ain't as easy as you think it is. It's easy to be indifferent. Ignorance is bliss. It's hard fucking work to actually be searching for truth and looking for truth and living with everybody else's fucking ignorance. That's tough. That makes people go crazy. That makes people drink. The only true work and hard tough is your emotions. You guys want to drink yours away and pretend that you work hard. Okay, go ahead. Whatever. Be indifferent. Be ignorant. Pretend that you're doing something special for America when really you're just tearing it down, giving it to the hyenas. Soon, guys will get your way. You guys will get your way. And everybody will have to do it your stupid way. And everybody will be sick because nobody will have health care. Everybody will be stupid because they're not educated properly. You know, all the industries that you have to have a job with, the coal mine's going to rape all our land and tear up all of our air and fuck up all our water. All of our shit that we absolutely need is going to be just ruined. And you're just going to leave your kids to deal with it. Sounds fun. Sounds like a good idea. Good future. Way to make America great again, you dumb fuckers. See where I'm going with this? See what my brain says? My brain says that you're fucking it up for everyone. Under the guise of being righteous. And it's really nothing new. I just don't know what it's going to take to end it. Do you think when everybody votes for Biden and Trump is in jail, do you think that'll end it? Will that make you come to terms with it? Or do you think you're going to throw a little hissy fit? I'm voting for hissy fit from a lot of people. I think we're going to have to beat down some Nazis and Confederates. Tell you the truth. I think there's going to be eventually the boil is going to burst. And there's going to be a really bad period of time coming soon. Either history is going to continue to be bad and us liberals are going to have to fight, or the conservatives are going to get all pissy pants because they lost, and then we're going to have to fight them off. Some of them. That's probably going to come. At least from some of the more extreme ones. The ones that are in the woods right now planning to keep Trump in power. You realize that, right? Trump's leaving all the hints that he's not going to leave peacefully. He is not going to go quietly into that good night. So what's going to happen when he loses? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? Because that's when the government military is against you. Once the liberals get back to power and you start raising a ruckus, uncontrollable ruckus, they're going to have to put you in your place. Because a lot of you guys won't peacefully protest. A lot of you guys will do a lot more than loot and burn. A lot of you guys have the audacity and the entitlement to come in to you come back to them fucking I can't wait. Do it. After Trump loses in November, I dare you guys to come to the Capitol with your guns then. I dare you. Because they ain't going to put up with your shit no more. They ain't. You were gassing and shooting peaceful protesters. If you think for 1 second, when we get back up in there, you motherfuckers come to the Capitol with your guns, that they're just going to let you get away with it, you're sadly mistaken. We'll see how you feel about some gas and some rubber bullets. And then go ahead, shoot somebody. You dumb fucking redneck, shoot somebody. Take out your big tough AR-15 and go to war with them military people and see what you fucking get. Slaughtered is what you're going to get. So keep talking tough. It's fine. We understand that you need to feel superior. You need to feel tougher. But you're not. You're not tougher than us. You just need to pretend that you are. Just like all bullies. At the end of the day, you might be able to overpower us in little ways with your gangs. You can have a bunch of guys overpower me out in my yard. But you won't stop us all. You won't stop truth from being truth. You won't stop righteous stuff from being righteous. Ever. No matter how many guns you have in your basement. No matter how many sweet tactics you've practiced in your backyard. You ain't Rambo, man. Rambo was righteous. You're not. Well, that's been an hour. And I hope it went well for you. Went well for me. Like I said, I just another hour. I got to talk. I feel better about myself. I want you to think about the things that I've said. Honestly, give me some feedback. Even if your feedback is coming up and just punching me right in the face, go ahead. Do it. Let's just get it out in the open. Come on. Whatever you want to do. I would prefer that you didn't shoot me because that would suck. You'd get in trouble. I might get dead. But if you want to come up and try to rough me up, come on, good luck. Let's get this worked out. Let's get this figured out before it gets really bad. Because in about 70 days, it's going to get really bad if we don't have it worked out and figured out and our shit all in one sock. Talk to me. I would enjoy it. Be good, be strong, take care of each other, folks. I really do love you all. I don't want nothing bad to happen to us. We've already had enough bad shit happen to us. We don't need no more. Okay? We need to come together. We need to figure this shit out. We need to come to terms with truth. And I do nothing but spew truth, or at least as close to the truth as you're going to find. And if I don't have the truth and you can prove my truth wrong, please come do it. I've established it. I've laid a groundwork for it. I've laid a foundation for it. I've backed it up repeatedly. If you can chip it, come chip it. But it ain't going to work if you try and act tough and you try and intimidate me and you just call me stupid and crazy and a snowflake. That's not how you get rid of truth. Truth is still truth, no matter what you say about me. Work on my truth. If my truth isn't truth, tell me why. Show me truth. You can't. Because I have it. You don't. That's been my hour. Be strong. Be good. Take care of each other. I love yous all. I'll see you next time. Dumbass out.